Hey YouTube and caymanas back. Turf fights, welcome back to Down the Stretch. I'm your host, Christopher Charlton. Okay, let's get started. The first race on this Saturday program, October 12th, it's the Regga Legend Trophy 5 furlong straight. We have 9 starters, and I've boiled this race down to 5 horses. The 1, Baton Rouge, the 5, Eagle One, the 7, Babla, the 8, Empress of the Cat, and the 9, Brit Brand Express. I think the race goes with any one of them. If Emperor of the Cat is 80% to his best ability, this won't be a race, but he's down here to 550 claimer, so we don't know how fit he is, how sound he is, so we have to take him on trust. Eagle One is on a hat trick of wins, so you can't leave him. Baton Rouge can turn up at any time, especially with his speed. Outside in the race is Babla. Babla had a nice win on last at this level. Very impressive win. Beating Magical Mood by more than 6 lengths, and Eagle One had this similar luck against Baton Rouge. Magical Mood, 6 lengths winner when they last met. So that is telling me that Babla does have a shot here. And the horse I fancy is the 9, Brit Brand Express from the camp of Philip Fiani. Taking a big step down in class here. Radish Roman now gets the ride. Last time out over the 5 straight with Delroy Bihari was 5 lengths 5th to Generational Volatility and Rejected Raja. Generational came back to run as good second. Rejected Raja came back to win out of class basically at this level. So I'm leaning towards this Brit Brand Express, the young horse, the 4-year-old filly, as my top choice. But as I said, the race can go anywhere between these 5. 1, Baton Rouge, 5, Eagle One, 7, Babla as my long shot, 8, Empress of the Cat, don't know how fit he is, and 9, the horse I like, Brit Brand Express. The second race, this is the Reggae Roots Rocking Trophy. Native bred 5-year-olds and up, non-winners of 4, and imported 5-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3. We only have a small field of 5 going 5 furlongs round, so it's a quick little dash. And I'm not going to waste much time in this race. I only come up with maybe 2. The 4, Brampton Alex, and the 5, Traditional Boy. And I'm leaning towards, I think Brampton Alex wins this. But it's a very small field, 5 horses. So, races like this tend to have a little surprise. But, yeah, that's where I think I'll stay. I'm sticking with the 4, Brampton Alex, over the 5, Traditional Boy. Race number 3. This is the Princess Pop Star. It's for 2-year-olds, non-winners of 3. Another small field of 5, 5.5 furlongs. And again, I've just boiled this race down to 2 horses. The 2, Miss Money Penny, very impressive winner on debut back on August 1st. Made all the running to win in 34.4 behind splits of 22.2. Has worked well coming into this race. 109 for 5.5, beating Shokomo at exercise, and final gallop coming into this race at 102 and 4 on the 5th of October. I think that's good enough for Miss Money Penny to get the job done. The other horse I'd carry in this race is probably the 3, Unspun. Recently made his debut on the 28th of September when finishing a good second, closing from off the pace to finish second to Lovisa. And this burly dark bay colt looks to be of some ability, and let's see how we can chase home Miss Money Penny. So those are my top 2. The 2, Miss Money Penny, over the 3, Unspun. The 4th race, Reggae Medley Trophy. It's for 3-year-olds and up, optional claim at 250. 6-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3, and the 5-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2. 7 horses will take part at a distance of 7 furlongs. I've boiled this race down to 3 horses. The 1, Silent Cat, the 2, Millennium Star, and the 7, Drone Strike. Okay, Silent Cat. It all depends on which Silent Cat turns up. Because if the good Silent Cat turns up, it'd probably be an easy win for Silent Cat. But hasn't been seen. I don't know, maybe he's swimming. His last run is really beaten out of sight. By 6th Avenue was maybe 3 lengths, 2.5 lengths in front of him in the last race. I think he'll turn the tables on 6th Avenue this time around. He has Tevin Foster in the saddle now, but 5 pounds heavier, 120 pounds. But you can't leave him. The 2 Millennium Star, dangerous horse, was behind Empress Nikita on the last time they ran. This is now 7 furlongs, not 5.5. And if he can make the bend without blowing the turn, I think this Millennium Star is going to have a good shot here at 7 furlongs. Claiming 2 pounds for his apprentice rider, Shane Richardson. So he's also a shot. But the horse I really like in the race to win the race is the one-time classic horse, Drone Strike. Went on last over the 4 furlong straight. Very impressive. Looked sound with 126 pounds. Mullins takes back the ride here for Errol Sobrati. 7 furlong is definitely not going to be a problem to a fit Drone Strike, and I think we're going to get the fit Drone Strike once again. Note the blinkers are now on and the figure 8, so I think they want him to be real sharp out the gate here. So I'm expecting Drone Strike to win, but as I said, I've boiled it down to 3. The 1 Silent Cat, depending on which one of the Silent Cat turns up. The 2 Millennium Star, if he takes the corner straight and not blow it, and don't blow it and go to the stands. And the 7 Drone Strike, who I like. So those are my top 3. The 5th race, the Regga 6th Anniversary Trophy. 6 furlongs for native bred 3-year-olds, numbers of 2, and imported 3-year-olds and up, maiden, 9 starters. This is where the interesting races begin. Well, in this field of 9, I've boiled this race down to 4. The 1 Spinal Tap It, the 2 Smart Trick, the 4 Zulu Warrior, and the 6 Pope's Lady. This Spinal Tap It is a very interesting entry for me. Hasn't shown nothing in his 3 starts to date. They've put the tongue tie on now. He's been cantering in the mornings. They've called for Paul Francis for the ride now, and judging by his 2nd start back in July behind Blue Sensation, that run is why I'm really giving him a shot here. This very well bred son of Tisnow, that's 2-time Breeders' Cup winner. I'm giving Spinal Tap It my long shot pick in this race. The 2 Smart Trick, I think that's the horse they're all going to have to catch. If he gets loose on that lead, going to be very, very, very dangerous up on that front end. The 4 Zulu Warrior, fit as hands can make him, just finding a few stronger. It's Calvin Bailey now, so gets 4 pounds off, so coming in here at 118 pounds. Depending on how the pace sets up, should still be in there with a good shot. And the horse who I fancy as the horse I think that should win is Pope's Lady with Radish Roman in the saddle for Stephen Todd. I think he will be the horse tracking Smart Trick and picking up that lead coming into the turn for home, and I think Pope's Lady should get the job done. But as I said, I've boiled it down to 4. You can choose who you like, but the 4 horses are 1 Spinal Tap It, 2 Smart Trick, 4 Zulu Warrior, and the 6 Pope's Lady. And Pope's Lady is the horse I like to win, and I say watch out for the long shot Spinal Tap It. The 6th, it's the Reggae Rocksteady Trophy, 5 furlongs round. We have 10 starters, native bred 4 years and up, numbers of 2, imported 4 years and up, maidens. This is like a sticky little race, but I've boiled it down to 5. The 1 Pretty Caroline, the 2 Lambo Girl, the 3 Veliki Viki, the 6 Read My Lips, and the 7 Princess Rhea. Okay, in the bunch, my long shot in the bunch to watch is Pretty Caroline from the stables of the very astute Patrick Lynch, Jordan Barrett riding. This Pretty Caroline is an imported horse, hasn't won a race yet, but never say never. Is at the exercise track, has worked 37 for 3 furlongs on September 14th and has been cantering ever since. do not sleep on this Pretty Caroline. The 2 Lambo Girl, last 3 starts very, very lackluster performances, but I know can do better. I think he's going to prefer this 5 furlong round. Has Richard Henry in the saddle claiming 3 pounds, so he's coming at about 113 pounds, so it's very light. I'm expecting a turnaround in form from Lambo Girl. The 3, the Grey Veliki Viki, gets a 2 pound claim for Samantha Fletcher. Should be one of those staying on strong once again, down in distance. Maybe this should suit Veliki Viki, and we'll see how. Run very fit right now, so that's why I have to carry Veliki Viki. The 6, Read My Lips. The 1, they look like they all have to beat. Comfortable here at 5 furlongs round. Dick Cardenas, welcome back Dick, is in the saddle. I think Read My Lips is the horse they all have to beat, but the horse I favor in the race is the 7, Princess Rhea. Impressive winner on last when breaking her maiden by 9.5 lengths with T. Foster. T. Foster has the ride once again, and since that win, this horse has come back to gallop 3 furlongs in 36.2 on October 5th, and in my opinion, that is a winning workout coming into a race like this. So that's my top choice here, the 7, Princess Rhea. So I tell you again, the top 5 for in this race is the 1, Pretty Caroline, that's my outsider to watch. The 2, Lambo Girl, to show a much better performance. The 3, Veliki Viki. The 6, Read My Lips, the horse they have to beat, and the horse I like, the 7, Princess Rhea. The 7, the Harlequin Cup, 5 furlongs straight, 3 rails and up, open allowance, a small field of 6 over this quick sprint, and I've boiled this race down to 3. It's going to be the 2, Ability, the 4, Sensational Move, and the 5, Inspired Force. Okay. Which ability are we getting today? Which one of the ability? Hopefully not the ability that whip around at the start and last and decided not to take any part. Has worked very well since that mishap. Came back, worked 6 furlongs in 1:13.2. The problem I have with that work though, if you're going to go 5 furlongs straight, why are you working 6 furlongs? I'd more, if that work more looks like he's preparing for the Heroes Day race at 9 furlongs and 25 yards. I could be wrong, but if I was coming for a 5 furlong straight, I wouldn't be working him 6 furlongs so fast, 113. You know, I would be leaning towards the Heroes Day trophy. Not the Heroes Day, I think it's going to be called the Dorval on Heroes Day at 9 furlongs and 25. That's the race I would be leaning towards. But he's one of the class horses in this race, so can't leave Ability out. The 4, I think the horse they have to beat. The last 2 starts over the 5 straight is a winner. That's Sensational Move. Definitely the horse you have to beat. And the 5, Inspire Force, who I think is a very good horse. Just having his last 3 races were pretty lackluster. But look on the field. It was Mamma Mia, then Wall Street Trader, then Desert of Malibu. The visor is off, the cheek piece is on. And I think a much improved effort here from Inspire Force, Radish Roman and Philip Fiani. I think Philip Fiani is going to have another good day, so too Radish Roman. But those are my top 3. The 2 Ability, the 4 Sensational Move, and 5 Inspired Force. And I'm leaning towards Sensational Move being the horse they have to beat. But watch out for the Inspired Force, and we don't know which ability we're going to get. But those are my top 3. The 8th race, the Regga Vibes Trophy. 3 wheels and up, claiming price for $1 million. 7 furlongs, we have a small field of 6. And to be honest, everybody in this race looks like they have a chance. It's one of those races where you if you can find bankers, you use the field. But I'm going to boil it down to 3. The 3 March and Shoot, the 5 Gilbert, and the 6 Storm. March and Shoot is coming to the claiming ranks, I think, for the first time after that lackluster performance, and last you can rule that race out. Comes here now, gets Radish Roman. I think March and Shoot is the horse they're going to have to beat. The 5 Gilbert steps back down to claimer. The last time wasn't at this level, was third to KP Choice over the 5 furlongs straight. Now going 7 furlongs, I think this is a much better trip. Fiani giving Delroy Bihari another shot, and I think Gilbert does have an outstanding chance here. The 6 Storm, winner and last at this distance and at this $1 million claiming price. Get Samantha Fletcher here to take off 2 pounds, so comes in at 123 pounds. It all depends on if Storm is allowed to dictate terms and steal it, or will Prince Marshall tackle Storm early, and that would be it. So it's anybody's race out of all 6 horses, but my top 3 are 3 March and Shoot, 5 Gilbert, 6 Storm, and I would wager money on Gilbert. I'd take the chance at a price and put a bet on Gilbert, or probably start a few doubles going in the next race on Gilbert in case he lands. Yeah. The 9th race, the Regga 6 Millionaire Maker Trophy. A field of 8 native bred 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds, non-winners of 4, and imported 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3. 5 furlongs round, so it's a quick little dash around the bend. And wow, this is a nice little race. Trust me, anyone in this race can win. It depends on the dynamic of how the race is set up, because you have a lot of speed and you have some stalkers and maybe 1 or 2 stretch closers, but it's a very, very complex race. But I boil it down to 5. I think the winner going to come from these 5. The 1, She's That Girl. The 3, Teflon Don. The 5, Miss Sherry. The 6, El Rapido. And my long shot in the race, the 7, Oh So Smart. She's That Girl, very speedy sort. The last run, 10 furlongs was asking a bit too much of her. Comes back down to way more comfortable at 5 furlongs run. Pretty sure she's going to be out on that headline, and working well coming into this race. A minute 46, beating King's Crown. The last work was a 107 for 5.5. So she's coming in this race well prepared. The 3, Teflon Don, ran up into the very impressive force and last. Was in a challenging position at the top of the lane. Then the run petered out. I think he's going to be way more comfortable here at 5 furlongs round. Victor Sanchez in the saddle. He's one of those that I think will just be able to start the pace close and then kick in the last quarter. The 5, Miss Sherry, came off a spell on last. 4-month spell. Got the win over 4 furlongs straight in 47 and 4. Gets the apprentice back in the saddle. Shane Richards comes in 112 pounds. Must be better for that effort. And if I give Teflon Don a chance, I have to give Miss Sherry a shot, because the last time they met, Teflon Don was only 2.5 lengths in front of Miss Sherry. And I've seen Miss Sherry working very well at exercise now, and she looks to be on the improve. The 6, the horse, I think they're always going to cause a problem for everybody in this race. El Rapido, I think, is the fastest horse in this race. If he can take the corner without blowing it, well, it's going to take a lot of catching, but they have removed the blinkers, so he's the horse I think you're definitely going to have to catch. So he's going to set it up for the speed horse. Is going to have to go with him like the 8 horse, Jason DaCosta's horse. He's probably going to have to go with him, Motivate Me Baby. She's That Girl, Warsaw. She's a God gift. All of these horses going to have to try to go with El Rapido. So that's why I'm thinking it's leaning towards one of the stalkers. And that's where my long shot comes in. Oh So Smart from the Stephen Todd stable. If She's That Girl can soften up that pace, I would not be surprised if we see a very improved effort from Oh So Smart here. I think he's much likes this 5 furlong round distance. They've been stretching him out in the last few starts. I think this Oh So Smart is way better than we have seen. Has galloped 118 for 6 furlong coming into this race. and he's my long shot to watch and be careful of. So those are my top 5 in this race. The 1, She's That Girl. The 3, Teflon Don. The 5, Miss Cherry. The 6, El Rapido. And watch out for the late kickoff, Oh So Smart. If I had to go with a horse to buy, I'd probably buy Teflon Don from the stable of Jason DaCosta, because he also has another speedball in the race that could set it up for him. Okay. The 10th and final, it's the Regga Skanking Sweet Trophy. For native bred 3-year-old maiden special weight, 10 starters, 7 furlongs, and not much to choose from here in this race. You know, I brought it down to 4. The 3, Gilroy. The 7, DBA Machine. The 9, Blood Moon. And the 10, Happy Force. I think the race is going to come down between those 4. Gilroy has some pace, depending on how the pace sets up. He's going to see if he will stay out the 7 furlongs, but he's one of the fitter horses in the race, so you can't leave him. The 7, DBA Machine, can say disappointed on last when going a mile. Comes back quick 2 weeks later. Has Ray and Lewis in the saddle now. The blinkers are now off. Tongue tie is on. I think 7 furlong is going to be more to this horse's liking. And I'm expecting a capital effort from DBA Machine, especially with his stablemate Himaya in the race, who I think is going to try to head out early and set up a pace. I kind of like DBA Machine over the stablemate Himaya. The 9, I think the horse they all have to beat, that is a Blood Moon with Dane Dawkins for Gary Sobrati. Back-to-back seconds in his last 2 starts. Was beaten by out-of-class Sonogram and last. Stretched out to 7 furlongs now. Definitely going to show speed. It depends on how much they press this horse. If he doesn't get much pressing, I think he will run away the winner here. But that's not how racing goes. I think he's going to have a little competition on the headlines. So, but he's still the horse they have to beat. And the 10, Philip Fiani's Happy Force. As I said, I think Fiani probably will have a good day. Radish Roman in the saddle here. 2 good runs on last, stretching out another furlong since his last start. Does seem to have some pace. Depends on how Roman rides this horse. If he goes too fast, then he's not going to have enough to finish, or he might try to hold him up and then try to come with a run. But as I said, I boiled it down to those 4. 3, Gilroy. The 7, DBA Machine. 9, Blood Moon. And the 10, Happy Force. DBA Machine looks tempting for me at a price. But as I said, I think the 9 is the horse you have to beat. Alright guys, wish you all luck. Hope you have a good day at the races, and I'll see you for the next card. Be safe.